The washing style is the king of wasting your time. Although this method is so good that it can instantly turn your curls into waves, you have to wait hours for your hair to dry. And on top of that, you have to moisturize your hair, which can completely ruin the look of your results. So I asked myself this: is it possible to get rid of the weight while also getting better results than a regular washing style? This almost sounds too good to be true, but I found a method that can do just that. The products you're gonna need for this method. First, you're gonna wanna get your typical washing style products, because the first part of this method is doing the washing style. So you will need a brush to brush your hair. I like to using a medium hard brush when I'm wolfing. Combs to comb out your hair before you wash it to lift up your hair so you're able to get that dirt out. But I'm using these 3 combs. This one just for my crown, but these 2 just to lift my hair up. When you're wolfing for longer amounts of time, you might have to use different type of combs, but this is like an elite waver thing, so you really only need one. Detangling hairbrush, this is kind of optional, but if you're like me for 8 weeks wolfing and you're wolfing for long amounts of time, detangling hairbrush does wonders for you. Water or a spray bottle. I like using this that I got from the Wave Essentials. This is a continuous spray bottle. It just makes the washing style a little bit easier. It's not necessary, but if you have one, I recommend just using it. You're gonna want to use your shampoo bar. I'm gonna be using these 2 shampoo bars from the Wave Essential, the other one from 26 Wavy. Now here's a little bit of a hack. This is my favorite shampoo bar, but as you can see, I'm kind of out of shampoo, so I do have enough for a couple more washes. I'm gonna cut my wolf in about 2 days, so I'm gonna use as much of this as I can until I get another one. So I'm gonna use this shampoo bar for the pre-wash. So for the first 1 to 2 washes, I'll be washing my hair with this, and when I get to the main wash, I'm gonna use this. So if you're running low on a shampoo bar, you can use like a different shampoo bar, like a liquid shampoo. You're able to like allow your shampoo to stretch a little bit longer if you only use it for the wash that counts. And I'll be using these 2 oils, one from the Wave Essentials, the other one from 216 Wavy. I'm not too sure which one I want to use. Why not just use both, right? I'll use this one when we get into the method, but I'll use this one for the wash. And what you will need to do the actual Hatman method itself is a moisturizer. Now, the best type of moisturizer to use is more of a water-based moisturizer, but that isn't that watery, so not like a leave-in conditioner. Now I'm getting this method from 360 Jeezy, so I think the moisturizer he used for his was a Nova Naturals cream. And when you use creams, they're a little bit more thick and they have a lot less water content in them, which allows you to do methods such as the Hatman method. So that's why I want to use this butter moisturizer by 260 Wavy. The thing about this butter is that butters are typically oil-based. This is like a water-based butter. It doesn't make the most sense, but once you like get your hands on it and like feel it, you'll understand. So make sure you're using some type of cream. I know As I Am has a double buttercream that I have at home that I used to use for this method, that you can use for this method. You've seen what I'm getting here. You don't want to use like a leave-in conditioner. You want to use or you don't want to use just a raw butter. Let me get my butter. This is an example of what not to use. I'm not too sure about the pomade. I want to try it though, but you don't want to just use a raw butter or a pomade. You want to go with somewhat of a water-based product that isn't too watered. It's a little bit thick. All right, you want it a little bit thick. And along with your moisturizer, you're gonna want to use a washcloth or like a face towel. The smaller the better, so probably like a washcloth. Now this right here is the game changer for this method, as you'll see in a bit. Now right now, my hair is very dirty, very nasty. Not really, but it's like stiff. Like wavers know when your hair gets like a little bit like stiff and just like, is it cooperating? That's when it's time to wash it. And I want it to look a little bit better, so that's why we're doing this method today. So the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is comb it out. Now I'm gonna actually rinse my hair. Okay, so for the first 1 or 2 washes, you can and probably should use warm water to open up your pores. I'm not sure how scientifically accurate it is that you can just open up your pores by putting warm water on it. I'm pretty sure it's steam, but in putting warm water in your first 1 or 2 washes, the room's gonna get steamy anyways. Yeah, you wanna do that, open up your pores, make sure you get to clean everything. However, after that, warm water, like Jeezy said, is forbidden from, I guess, the second wash onwards. You are not allowed to use warm water, or else you're gonna hinder the results of the method, man. So come on, cold water after that. So first I'm gonna go in with my shampoo, do these first 2 washes. Quick, I don't even have to like look at my hair. Maybe if you're a beginner, you should watch. You can scramble wash if you want to. I don't like scramble washing. I'm just gonna go ahead and do these 2 first washes quick. See y'all when we're finished. And when you're doing a washing style, I always preach hygiene. So you wanna always make sure you're washing your face. I'm using this face bar by 26 King Wavy, but use whatever face moisturizer you have, face wash, whatever. Just make sure that you're washing your face, and people typically don't really like wash their face like before they brush, but it's one of the best things to do for your overall health. So make sure you're at least washing your face before every time you brush, I recommend, but especially when you do a wash and style, because you don't want all that shampoo, especially from the first 2 previous washes where the shampoo's so dirty. You don't want all that shampoo on your forehead, and that causes even more pimples. So make sure you're washing your face. So now that I've gone ahead and done my 2 pre-washes, now I'm able to get to the main real wash, my favorite shampoo, or the shampoo I want to preserve. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this, do the wash, and get into the method. Okay, now, middle of my second wash. Now it's the time I apply the oils. Now the thing with the oils, it really just to like improve the texture. It's gonna improve the results a little bit, but this is more of like a gradual over time, like delayed gratification thing. So if you put oils at the end of every single one of your washes, doesn't matter if you're from the Hat Man or whatever, you're gonna see better results. Same thing as if you use natural shampoo and natural products in general, over time, you're gonna see better results. So yeah, for the washes, I'm gonna use this oil by the Wave Essentials, and then for the Hat Man method, we're gonna use a different type of oil. You don't have to use multiple different types of oils. I just have multiple different types, so I like to experiment with them. So I'm gonna go ahead, use this, and then I'm gonna rag up, rinse my hair out with cold water. Then I'm gonna show y'all the secret to this method. Alright, so now that you're finished with your washing style, make sure your hair is all the way laid down, and then just trim my hairline doesn't shrivel up, especially since I just got a line up. This helps it look better after you get a line up and you wash it. It typically completely goes away, but after you do that, it makes your hairline look a little bit better, so you can like not wear a do-rag all the time. So now I'm gonna rag up. Okay, after that, you want to make sure you're rinsing your hair with cold water. I say that at the end of every wash. But for this specific particular method, it's even more important that you rinse it out with cold water. So now, to get into the method, you want to pick up a washcloth, right? Then you want to rinse it. You want to make it damp. Not too wet. You want to make it damp. And then you want to put it in the freezer. I'll show you. Too wet. Sure, it's all wet. This is horrible. I'm just gonna put my hands in the corner. Now, you want it to be in there until it's stiff. Like, not too stiff to the point where you can't move it, but you want it to be stiff. Okay, no pause, bro. I'm not gonna be like cheesy, bro. No pause. You want it to be stiff, bro. So you want to wait. The reason why I do this at the end, you can do it before if your texture is more medium, but you want your hair to be dried a little bit more. So you want to do that for around 10 to 15 minutes. And when it's stiff, but not too stiff, where you can put it on your head, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it afterwards. It's going to look super weird, but for the results, it's going to be worth it. See y'all in 10 to 15 minutes. Time to check up on the washcloth. Stiffen up. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Perfect. It's a little bit icy. It's kind of how you want it to be. So like stiff, yeah. This is exactly how you want it to be. It's perfect. Don't mind the room. Yeah, this is perfect. This is how you want it to be. Nice, stiff, hard. Pause. I said I wasn't gonna pause, but you know what? Sometimes you cross the line. So let's go ahead and put this on our head. Bro, I'm doing logic, bro, I promise. So now this method is very high risk, high reward. But the more medium of a hair texture, which means the straighter or longer your curls or bigger your curls, the less risk is gonna be. So if you have a medium hair texture, I recommend doing this probably like 10-15 minutes after you wash. If you're like me, if you're like coarse, if you're like 3A, that's like more on the medium side, but if you're like 3C. If you're like 4A, 4B, 4C. If you're 4C, I'm not sure I recommend doing this. No harm in trying, but you wanna wait a little bit longer, and you wanna just like be fast, right? So you have the smaller your curls, the less margin for error you have. So I'm gonna do this really fast. What I learned from Jeezy is in the old Hat Man method, you put the moisturizer after you take off your do-rag, but you're wasting time. Your hair just lifting up. So you wanna go ahead and do that before, man. So I'm gonna even do it before I take this do-rag off, because we are not trying to mess this up, you feel me? So I know you wanna take a nice clump. It's kind of why you want like a watery based product like this. This is literally a water based butter. It's pretty weird. And you just want to put it all over your hands, right? Yeah, your do-rag might get a little bit of butter on it, but it is what it is. Make sure you have a clean do-rag. And there's also one more thing I think I forgot to tell you guys that you need for this method, but you'll see it in a second. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. I don't think I have time to put the oil. My hair just lifting up. All right, so this is basically the normal hat, man. I think I took a hot shower. You probably don't want to do that doing this method. So this is part 1 of the method, right? Now the improvement to this method, as you're seeing a bit, we finished putting on my do-rag. What makes this method right? I shouldn't have worn my favorite do-rag for this probably, but you do want to make sure do-rag's clean. Now you take your stiff rag, put it on your head, right? But then, when I take a wave cap, this is only gonna make it a little bit better because it's able to fit on your head a little bit more. I'm gonna be using the Sousa Skin Wavy Mesh wave cap. I think that's probably the best thing you can use, like a mesh one. I'm gonna put that on. Yes, do not go in public like this. All right, now that I look like Smurf Cat, you wanna put this on, have this on until the coldness goes out. So like the hot towel method, you wanna have the hot towel on your head so it's not hot anymore. You wanna have this on your head so it's not cold anymore. Colder in your environment, probably the less you have to have it on, but also the harder to tell. Just use common sense. And then after you take this off, your hair is gonna be wet, obviously, right? So you just wanna wait until your hair is 100% completely dry until you take off your do-rag and so you can see the results. So I'm gonna wait probably like 3 hours. I'm gonna get on with my day. I got midterm exams, I gotta eat breakfast, I gotta do more, finish up, clean up files, blah, blah, blah. So I'll see y'all probably at my lunchtime, so like 3 hours. Now my hair is completely dried. It's been like an hour, 2 hours. So now we're ready to see the results. As you can see, your hair can be pretty shiny, pretty laid. It looks a little bit messy, but that's just really just a top layer. All you gotta do is do a soft brush session to get that to come down. Now you can add your pomade if you want to get your hair to be stuck and laid, but this is basically just an improved version of the Hatman method. Okay, so after you finish the method, what you can go ahead and do is take your soft brush and take your oil and go ahead and do a little session. I was gonna use the oil during the method, but I didn't have enough time to, but now I have a little bit extra time. So I'm gonna take my time, apply the oil, do out my pattern, get some increased hair health, and lay all of that down with the soft brush and the lay down pad. Now you can find all of these products in the description. I do have a promo code, ManJ15, and that will get you 15% off if you choose to buy, or use whatever you have at the moment. This is just what I use. Now this method focuses a lot on using the right products and getting good hair health, but most people have no idea what good hair health actually looks like, what products to use. So watch this video right here. There will be a full hair health breakdown so you know the exact products to use to be able to get the best results for not only this method, but for your waves for years to come. Thanks for watching. God bless.